how people perceives you is lot more dependent on your vocal image, your communication skills, and then your visual image. Hi, this is Mahima, and I am learning skills and practicing it daily. I'm learning from this communication expert Wing Jiang from his YouTube channel. I had not bought any course from him, and today I'm going to give you top 3 mistakes that we commit while giving our speech and communicating in even social gathering or professional gathering. So the first one is rehearsal. We neglect the power and necessity of rehearsal. Remember, the way we rehearse is the way we speak on the day we have our speech and presentation. So do not underestimate the power of rehearsal. There is this theatrical rule that says for each 1 minute of your dialogue or your act, you have to practice it at least 10 times. For example, if you are a beginner in speaking, in communication, what you have to do is, if you have this 2 minutes of speech, that means you have to practice it 20 times. Yes, at least 20 times. And as you gradually become intermediate, then expert, this practice will reduce. For example, you do not have to give 20 minutes straight for this 2 minutes of communication or speech. You can nail it down in five practices only, in 5 rehearsals only. So the practice reduces as you grow with your communication skill. Rehearsal is very important. Rehearsal ensures that you do not forget at the very end moment when you are going to speak. If you do not practice, if you lack practice and rehearsal, it decreases your confidence, your self-esteem while you speak. And in the back of your head there's this question, what if I forget? And the more important question than that is, what's next? These are the very minute questions which kept on going while we speak. We are conscious about it when only when we speak on stage. Before that, we hardly had any idea of these things, what next. But as we uh, start speaking, we find ourselves in trouble of confidence, of power of self-esteem, that I can nail my speech and presentation. So rehearsing is the most necessity practice that you and I can perform to make and nail and polish our craft of speaking. The second most common mistake is the use of filler words and non-words. Filler words are all those words we use, for example, we use to make up with our silence. For example, so, and, but, this, and, do you know, I, you might know. All these are filler words. Second is non-words. Non-words are the sounds that we use to overcome, to make up with our silence. Uh, uh, these are non-words. And the primary reason why we use them unconsciously is we lack rehearsal, we lack practice of our speech. And when we lack our practice and inner build power that we can do it, that we can speak with surety, it creates doubt. And when we are presenting our speech, we kept on thinking what's next. And when we are thinking what's next, we have this moment of silence where we are thinking. And to keep up with this silence, we use filler words. Do you know, so, but, and known words, ums and ahs. But it robs you of your credibility and it robs you of authority. It highly affects how people perceives you. People perceives you with less clarity of message. They do not believe that you are the person with high level of clarity in your message and in your professional work even. So you cannot convey the same expertise in your work if you cannot communicate in your speech. People only perceives you as good as you are in communication. No doubt you can be very talented and good in your professional work and services, but people will not perceive you the same. But people perceives you as per your communication behaviors and your way of presenting to them. So keep this in mind that you have to eliminate filler words and non-words and see how it gives a remarkable outcome, how people start to perceive you. Now coming to the third and most important yet underestimated mistake we do all the time, and I do it a lot of time. This is using soft softness, soft volume, or low volume while speaking. Now when I used to speak in this professional gathering, I used to have this soft voice, this low volume while speaking in this professional arena. But this is not how you should perceive it. This is incorrect perception that we have to be slow, we have to have this softness in our voice. No, you can have your softness in your voice, but make sure that you have high volume of speech. High volume means, let's say you have this scale of 1 to 10, keep it on 5 to 7 at least, because we have this wrong perception that if we speak with softness and with this low volume, people will think that we are calm and composed. That's not how people perceives you. That's completely incorrect perception. At least I had this perception before I learned that it wasn't. Now high volume doesn't mean you are yelling or you are echoing in the whole room. No, you can have high volume, and what high volume does is it gives you authority, it gives you power, and it unconsciously build confidence, and confidence is the most powerful thing, believe me, in terms of your work, in terms of your speak and communication. So maintain a high level of volume to make yourself presentable, in terms that people cannot just come up and cut you in between while you are speaking. If you speak at a intermediate high volume, you have this authority, a sense of authority that you are presenting in front of your audience, that in any discussion someone will not just stand up and cut you in between while you are talking, right? The another thing is, which I have just written in my notes, is it is not about speaking too high or too low. It is not about this or that. It is about both, amalgamation of both the things. While you are speaking at high volume, you might need a softness, a low level of speech when you are communicating throughout your speech, right? You need both high volume and low volume with a little bit of softness. So you can play this dynamic role in terms of how you speak. You can play dynamic tonality and voices. You can play around it so that you cannot have this monotonous voice which get people insane, literally insane, and they tried just to end this meeting anyhow. So make sure you are avoiding your monotonous voice and keep playing your instrument low whenever needed and high at high with some of tonality, with some of tone and flow like music in your voice. And make sure you use proper hand gesture and body language. For example, having a good posture while you are giving speech will make you not only confident, but it allows you that you have constant breathing in and breathing out, because you have this back, you hold your back, your shoulder back, and spread yourself a little bit. It gives you this superpower of confidence and you do not feel a very bound person. So your body language speaks a whole lot of about you. So make sure you use the right hand gestures, facial expressions, and body language. Make sure you do it while keeping up with high volume. Now, as I just told you that I was a soft and low volume speaker, but now I'm communicating with high volume, and I'm sure it tells you that I appear more confident, even though in my head I may not be, or I may be, but you perceives me as more authoritative, as more confident, and a person with a sense of clarity in your head at least. And that's all for today. Bye. I hope you practice it well like me and nail this art to communicate your professional work and your talent way more better than you are doing it today. Bye.